So what is it about you that makes you unique in this situation? And what kind of voice do you have for whatever it is you're trying to bring into the world? This is where you need to begin. Like, who are you? Knowing yourself first is so, so valuable. Hi, welcome to this live conversation. I'm Sheila Botello, and I have a passion for helping you reconnect to your purpose, get healthy in your mind, your body, your soul, and build your version of a happy, successful life. Of course, this takes on many forms. And I've been talking a lot about clarity and focus and productivity in the recent months, and I've had guests on the show to share their stories about how they've come through various challenges to get to the lives that they want. And I notice there are a few little threads that are really similar in everyone's story. Even though they look different, the threads are all connected to who they are. And so today I really wanted to touch on this one element, the element of knowing who you are. This is so foundational because when you truly know who you are and you know what your belief system is, you know what your desire to feel like and the impact you want to have on the world, when you know what that is, it is a great place to help you get focused and to get clear on your next steps. Typically, if you have big dreams and you have people that you want to impact in a positive way in the world, you look around and you see a lot of opportunities, a lot of different things that you could be doing. And then you see a lot of different kinds of people. And what is so valuable is when you really take a moment to consider who you really are, what special qualities you have, and what ways that you purposely and personally can serve the greater collective. It's a really great place to begin. You may find you just have a desire on your heart and you just go for it. And you're not really thinking about yourself at all, which is really the beautiful thing about service, right? And when you're really, really tapped into your soul work, it is because it's not about you. It's just your work for the world in whatever capacity that may be. But when you set out to do something differently, inadvertently, and this has happened to me and many of my peers over the years, you will find people may question your motives, question your direction, question your ideas, especially if they're new ideas, if they're innovations, if there's something that maybe people haven't seen done before. That's understandable. We love the familiar. It's why I keep talking about our brains keeping us safe. The familiar is just easier on our bodies, right? Like they don't have to work so hard to regulate us when we know what's coming. Like think about how you feel if you're maybe a little under the weather, and what do you gravitate towards? You gravitate towards like maybe a comfy throw or a certain kind of sheets on your bed or a certain kind of comfort food or a TV show or something because it feels good and it just feels safe because it's familiar. And so when you're going out to create this life and this new extension of who you are or this vision that you have, you may feel really comfortable with it because it's been, ruminating in your mind perhaps for a little while or a long while. And others may not be aware of that. And so it feels really new and maybe scary for them. So this is why it's so important for you to really know who you are, know what your own motives are, for you to be able to take the steps forward. Because when we set out to do something new, often we will hear other people's voices coming in to give really great feedback, really helpful feedback, some seemingly helpful feedback, some well-intentioned feedback that may not really be what we need to hear. Some of it will be what we need to hear, of course. But then it's up to you to decide what you choose to hold on to, what you choose to set aside and say, thanks so much, that's helpful, and I'm not going to pursue that. And those things just to really shut out completely because they may completely shut down your idea. Getting feedback that is helpful and valuable is that kind of feedback that can actually help you improve the situation. So it really depends on the thing that you're doing, what you're trying to achieve. But you need to start with really knowing yourself. Like, how well do you really know yourself? How much time do you spend with yourself actually connecting to the important values that you have? And how much of the time do you spend comparing yourself to all of the different people and situations and experiences and offerings that are out in the world? These are the things that sometimes can knock us off our game. We have a dream. We feel so empowered and excited to share it with the world. And maybe we see it's not being done, or we see it being done by a lot of other people. So we feel like, who are we to do that? And yet you just keep having this feeling like you need to do it. Well, there's only one you. You hear that probably a lot too. If you're in these spaces, listening to podcasts and, tuning into Instagram feeds like this. So what is it about you that makes you unique in this situation? And what kind of voice do you have for whatever it is you're trying to bring into the world? This is where you need to begin. Like, who are you? Knowing yourself first is so, so valuable. And so that's why it's really important to have some sort of mental, emotional, and physical self-care practice in your life so that you're continually tuning in to yourself so that you can go out into the world to do your great work and to be in those beautiful relationships, the really serious ones, the close ones, the intimate ones, the other people who maybe you just connect with more casually in your life, so that you can show up as the self that you know you are and who you want to be. And instead of trying to just fit in to the molds that are around you, the expectations that other people may have, because other people in your life are so well-intentioned. They care about you. They want what's best for you. They think they know what's best for you. Sometimes they do know what's best for you, but really you get to decide if you're going to heed that advice and if it truly is the thing that is meant for you. You'll only be able to discover that when you have enough time tuning in to your heart and to the mission that is on it, whatever it may be. So as you continue on through your week, I really want to leave you with that. This is a short little solo session today because we are in a season where there's speeding up and slowing down. There's a lot of gatherings. There's a lot of voices. There's a lot of comparing. There's a lot of things to do. And then there's going to come a time, hopefully, where you do get some rest, that it may just be some kind of shutdown season or vacation season, or it may get busier for you depending on what it is that you do. So it's so important that you make the space. You don't wait for it to happen, some magical day for like time on your calendar to open up where the stars align and everything just gets worked out. It doesn't really happen that way. You need to schedule these things in for yourself. And so having a regular self-care practice of some kind is a place to begin. And it's something that you can return to every single day. And then you can actually return to pieces of it throughout the day if you choose. These are the things that are available to you when you truly value who you are and the important work that is on your heart to do. I hope that's helpful for you. And if you want to dive deeper into some of these things, and if you feel like having a community of people to tap into where you can actually share some of these things, and you can actually also share some support to other people who are going through similar dream life creation times, that is something that we really love to do in the Seasons Collective. And there's going to be more details soon about how you can get involved with that. So stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a masterclass that talks about what you will be able to experience in that space. It's a beautiful time of year to really recalibrate. If you are in the Northern Hemisphere, the earth is getting ready to settle and slow down and rest. And during that rest time, it can actually be your most productive time, because it's a time where you get to think about, like, reflect on the year and then plan into the next year and really tune in. You know, the earth is doing it. Your body needs extra rest typically this time of year. And, you know, your soul needs constant nourishment as well. And for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, it is like a bright, shining summertime. And it's also time, I find, anytime it feels like summer, it is summer. It's also a different kind of reflection time. It's a time where hopefully you're able to get outdoors more, so you're more connected to the natural environment. And when I'm connected to the natural environment even more, I find I'm even more connected to my thoughts and my heart. So bake that in as your self-care time and use this season. Every day gets to be a gift for you to be able to expand, even if it's just a little bit at a time. And it all starts with truly, truly tapping into and knowing who you are, because who you are is here for a reason, and we need your medicine. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Big blessings.